Hello boys and girls, I'm going to review level entry suite at Signature. This is Tower 2 and this is the 11th floor and the room is 11718. So as you know, this is an old suite and frankly I was offered the penthouse floor for only an additional $20 and I would have taken it. I would have taken it, but I want to show you the level entry suite because this is what you're probably going to get if you come through a myVegas reward. You tend to be offered the lowest level room or suite that they have anywhere, and in this case they have suites, so you're going to get a level entry suite. But as I said, $20 extra for the penthouse floor, it would have been great and probably you should take it. However, having said that, it depends on how many days you stay and your own preferences, and you may not care, it depends. But this is perfectly adequate, it's a nice enough suite. I'm going to show you where you come in, and practically as you enter you've got the bathroom on the right, which I'll show you in a minute. And then you've got the bed quite immediately. So let me show you. You see, that's the entrance right there. You got the bathroom. So there's no real corridor. So again, personally, I like a sense of privacy. And if there's a door that I can see easily from my bed, the front door I'm talking about, I don't like it, but that's just me, a personal thing. You probably don't care. Okay, so let me show you this area and then I'll go to the other areas. It's a king size. Of course, you can have two queens. You've got a living room area, which is nice if you stay for a bit and you tend to stay in your room. So, I mean, if you stay for several days and if you tend to stay in your room, it's nice to have a living area, which, you know, it's bright, which is lovely. I'll show it to you in a sec. You've got some sort of a kitchenette here, because it's a suite with basic facilities and a fridge, which is very welcome. Usually you have to, it's an extra that you have to ask for in your room, but obviously this one has a fridge, which is lovely. So you can put all your buffet leftovers, which you shouldn't carry out with you. You can put them in there. Okay, you got a microwave here, and of course, small hob. See if it works. It works. It works. A bit dark. See if I can. Oh, okay. There you go. It works. Okay. All right. TV's there. I'll tell you about the TV channels, Wi-Fi, and so forth after I've stayed here tomorrow morning, presumably, or during the night. A toaster and a blender. I love that. It's a shame that I don't have, you know, organic fruits and vegetables just outside that I can buy. But anyway, you've got that. And let me see what they give you in terms of... Okay, sorry. Okay, nothing here. Let me see. Nothing here. Okay. If it's anything like Vadara, you're going to have to phone for cutlery and so forth. Believe it or not, I think you do. Nonetheless, that's it. Yeah, I mean, you know, so that you don't take it home. I mean, I don't know. People have already taken stuff home from here, I'm sure. Look at this. I'll show you. Okay, 3 hangers of one kind and only 4 of that kind. And honestly, really, that's just not acceptable. And so that tells you that they've stolen them and nobody's replaced them. You've got the safe here, which is horizontal. So if you have more than one laptop. But nonetheless, it's here. And let's see. And various drawers down there. So it's a little, you know, in terms of hanging space, I mean, this is a suite, so depending on how many of you book it, anyway, it's not that much. And if you need hangers, that's the end of that. You're going to have to phone housekeeping and ask for more. They like you doing that so that they can record how many things you've got. And here you have this area. Don't drink that water because they'll charge you. Look. I I can hear people slamming doors. It's just, there is no, again, no soundproofing, nothing. It's just, you know, again, there's something about the MGM group. They actually don't care about your sleep. I mean, I had the best sleep at Wynn and Encore in particular. I mean, what is up with that? And Venetian, of course, because you got such huge suites. You can find your little corner. And the Cosmopolitan, in a way, except for if you're actually too close to the ice skating rinks and the club, so you've got all of that to eliminate. But if you're not, then you've got the bedroom. Cosmopolitan is different. You've got the bedroom basically facing the terrace, which I'm beginning to appreciate very strongly. The bathroom here with a little TV. Let's see if it works. Not so far. It is plugged in. Well, I'll let you know if it works. I'll try in many different ways later. And then, of course, you've got, if it doesn't, I won't say anything. And you've got your toilet area, which is rather large, actually, with a phone. Well, I booked Signature mostly so that I could give you a video review, and a large shower. And did I tell you, you've got a jacuzzi, a jet tub, you know, a tub with jets, which you may appreciate. I'll let you know if it works, because sometimes these things don't work. And a shower there. Well, rather a small head. Let me see if it works. Yeah, it's not the strongest jet. I check it these days, but it's adequate. It's not the stronger water pressure. Okay, turn it off. And there's a little bit of mold over there, but hardly a huge issue. Okay. I really don't like the closeness of the outside. I just really don't like it. But nonetheless, that's just me. Let's just show you the sitting area. Well, you know, it's nice, isn't it? It's nice. If you like suites, it's certainly, and if you are using a comp through myVegas, a reward, then of course, I mean, it's fabulous. Now, I'm on the 11th floor. I did an early check-in, so I got what I got. I specifically asked not to see a wall, and they tend to give you higher floors at a small extra charge, and as I say, it might be well worth taking it. The pool areas, I'm going to show you the pool, the Signature, and the 24-hour gym in a separate video. It's an interesting view that you've got here, isn't it? But nonetheless, it's not too bad. You get to see the airport, I think. It's the tail end of an airport, of the airport. Okay, I'll tell you this much. The vents in the bathroom don't work. I mean, there's no switch to turn them on. And you know what this means? Which is ridiculous, because Mirage had it. And I'm not sure if, I can't remember, I'm afraid. I'm just going to have to, because right now I'm filming, I'm not looking at my notes. But of course, when I write on the website, I look at my notes. I just can't remember if Mandalay Bay or MGM Grand had it, but Mirage for sure had it. So you could actually use the ventilator. What's happening here, which is ridiculous, is that I am, as you remember, at the end of the corridor, and somebody's smoking weed, clearly. And the whole corridor stinks. Now, this isn't about, I don't care, you can do what you want, but I don't like to smell it, especially at night. There's enough smoke in the casinos. So, and obviously there's no check, no control, nothing. And obviously, whoever's doing it, the alarms, the smoke alarms are not picking it up. So, how's that for kind of no smoking? And the funny thing is, it says, oh, this is a non-smoking room. Failure to comply will result in cleaning fees. Like, how about, you know, oh, it's ridiculous, you know. But nonetheless, you know, I've seen this somewhere else. And anyway, I mean, if somebody's really smart, there's no evidence except for smell, which obviously nobody cares about. Nonetheless, the whole place stinks. So I was hoping there'd be ventilation in the bathroom so that I could just turn that on and have it go away, but there isn't. So, you know, I mean, all this fancy schwancy, but, you know, when things don't go perfectly well, then, you know, it's not that perfect. I shouldn't be able, nothing should come through the door. Nothing. I don't understand. I mean, my house, nothing comes through doors. I don't know what's going on. Nonetheless, you may care, you may not care, you may love it. You may love it, say, "Ooh, I'm getting this for free." But, since Signature obviously at some point is going to be family oriented during school holidays, I'm sure that, it won't be something that will be appreciated too much. But then again, I don't know. Okay, but I'm just giving you the lowdown, and you can choose whether you like it, you don't like it. It's just completely and utterly your choice. And in case you want to see the various rooms, you see, I'm in this narrower room here, suite, but obviously the corners are a little bit bigger, and I think the activities that I'm smelling are coming from here. But I mean, I'm no investigator, so I'm just, the whole place reeks anyway, who knows. And then there is one bigger one here, the elevators are here, and then lots of other narrow ones over there. So if you get a corner one, or luckily this one, though it is close to the elevators, then you're gonna get a bigger suite, okay? So I showed you the smaller suite that you can get, the smallest probably that you can get, though of course you can even get lower floors. I mean, much lower floors, so, that's entirely your choice. I went up to the so-called penthouse floors, and of course, you're going to have fabulous views, but the actual corridors, they were not different from this corridor at all. It's not like you had the feeling that you were entering a special place. But obviously the rooms inside may or may not be different. I don't know. There was no need for an extra special key, or you didn't have. You could just basically go up. So doesn't suggest to me that there are special floors, but let me know. At some point somewhere there's going to be a mega suite, and maybe this is just what they are. This is what they are, these bigger corner suites here. Okay, but there always is a mega suite somewhere, okay? All resorts have it. It's just how Vegas is. My voice is crackly. It's just the smoke. The first time since I arrived. So I've almost been here for a month. The first time that I'm encountering a smoking problem. Signature. Out of all places. I think it's because people here think, we're just like in an apartment, our own apartment, we don't care. So, they feel that they're not being checked as much, I don't know. But I suspect that, it always happens at the very end of corridors, not that there is a massive corridor, but usually the activities that are dodgy always happen, or often happen at the end of corridors, which is where people think they're not going to be checked because it's at the end and nobody else will notice. So that's another little, this is from my years and years of experience in Vegas. The worst activity happens at the end of corridors. That's it. Enough said. Oh, if only you could smell what I smell. The first ever time during my long stay, it's been a month so far, that I've actually had smoking problem. It's been here at Signature, and there is a pervasive, it's about 3:30 in the morning, and there's a pervasive smell of weed throughout the whole corridor. And this is not about being, what a prude, whatever. No. This is just about the fact that personally, I don't like to smell any type of smoke when I sleep. But anyway, I'm just telling you, this is my experience. And, I have my suspicion, but I'm no investigator. Anyway, I got better things to do, such as sleeping. So I'm doing this, which is pathetic, I know. Because it's coming from every single, what's up with these doors at MGM? What's up with these doors? Anything comes through, cold air, hot air, smoking, all sorts of smells. Earlier on, somebody was cooking in their suite, and it just all came in, this huge smell of garlic, and it's like, what's going on? It's like when you are in these apartment blocks, and you can smell everybody else's cooking and smoking, and you know what? I don't want that at Signature, okay? So that's a bit of a downturn for me. Of course, you could be very lucky. I actually was walking around other floors and they were all fine. So of course, I got the one where I got the ones that eat in and get high. And I think there are 4 guys next door. Because you see, look, you know, I have this suite here, which is narrow, as I showed you, then there's this one, and all of these are narrow, but then you've got 4, possibly 5, but nonetheless, 4 large suites, and of course my next door neighbors are here, and I'm not just saying anything, I'm just saying possibly, you know, the big event is coming from there, heavy eating, heavy everything. But nonetheless, no noise. It's not the noise, it's just other types of entertainment. Okay, so so it's up to you. You beware. And if you want, my experience in Vegas is that if you are at the end of any corridor, you might get people who think that nobody's gonna notice what they're doing. It's really funny that way. The worst events in my many years of coming to Vegas have happened at the end of corridors, whatever they are, smoking, drinking, noise, even people violently having arguments. The whole thing at the end of corridors, because they think they're just tucked away and nobody notices. That's what I think happens. Anyway, and the downside of it all, of course, besides having to do this silly thing, is that, oh, I've got to tell you what other things I do, is that this vent, which I thought, oh, I'm going to turn this on, worked perfectly well at Mirage. You know, you can turn it on. It was very strong too. Doesn't work. It's just there, but it doesn't do anything. And it's the same for your lovely information. It's the same in the toilet, where really it should be working. So, you know, again, it's been built. It's nice. It's lovely. Most of you won't notice. Oops. Cut that. Most of you won't notice anything. But it's just... I don't know, it doesn't feel like it was built in the little attention to detail to make it really into a really luxurious. Thinking of everything, but the assumption here is that people won't notice, you know, what do? They get drunk, they get high, you know, and then they get broke gambling or make a lot of money, whatever, a lot of money, I mean, some money. And so nobody notices, nobody cares. I don't know, I notice. So maybe there are other people like me, but nonetheless, this isn't about complaining per se, because I could pick up the phone and do it, but I won't do it. I'm too tired. I'm checking out tomorrow morning. I will just smoke this thing. Passive smoking tonight. But it is about letting you know what may happen and what has happened. And the funny thing about Signature, all these high-ish end suites, you know, it comes with whatever comes with suites. You know, a lot of people book a suite, and it could be 4 guys, it could be 4 girls or whatever, and then, you know, all heavens breaks, what does it say? All heaven breaks loose? Whatever. It's late. Forgive my expression. So yeah, you know, just telling you, letting you know. And another thing that I'm doing, I hope it works, is that I've lowered the temperature in my suite so much, because a friend of mine told me that if you have it really low, if it's colder here than outside, then the smoke will stay outside. Is it true? Or is it just some rubbish? Somebody told me that now I'm freezing in this room. Okay, and I haven't told you yet about this. I just came from the gym. It's 3:30. I just came from the gym, and I think I'm gonna go to sleep. But tomorrow morning I'll try it and let you know. Okay? That's it for now. Oh yeah, I wanted to say, in other resorts that I've been on this trip, they were security people, men and women, walking along the corridors. I noticed that. And it kind of makes you feel better in a way, right? So presumably, if there's a lot of smoke of any kind, they would notice and do something about it. But here, there's nobody. Nobody. Did I show you there is that sign at the entrance of every tower that you can't bring in guns or anything in the suites? Like, are they checking? No. They're not even checking our keys here. So really, security here. I mean, yeah, you need a key, a room key to come into the tower is a big deal, right? But not to come through the elevator or anything like that, just to open the main tower doors. But that's it. There was no particular security when you got in through, you know, the main entrances. But, you know, I'm just letting you know all of this, just in case you think you're going to be in a fortress and it's going to be fabulous. I'm just telling you what I saw. You know, and having said that, I mean, security is what it is throughout Vegas, right? It's not, you're not coming into a prison, of course. But I do like it when I see security people walking along various corridors and they just do rounds all the way through, and I've seen it. I think it might even be Gold Coast, but I gotta check my notes, you know. And you can check my videos and read the website. I can't remember if at Mirage they had it. I can't remember. I think it was Gold Coast, actually. Isn't it funny that sometimes in the budget resorts they have better measures than in the so-called fancy resorts? It's really funny that way. Having said that, I have never had a problem at Wynn or Encore. But again, you know, maybe I was always very, very lucky, but I never had a problem. No smoking, no nothing, you know, the doors closed properly. But again, maybe I was always so lucky there. But, you know, the best security that I've ever met was Circus. And I told you a story about that on top-buffet.com. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave you now. I'm going to leave you, and if there are other things that I will tell you, so stay tuned. So this is what I wanted to show you. Frankly, I mean, it's a nice thing, but I don't know how checked it is. I have no idea. But anyway, this is it. And check out atmosphere. And a lot of people. I don't know what this is. A lot of people own, some people own apartments here, for your information. I don't know, it just, I'm a little bit, I'm unsure. I mean, in terms of size, it's not like huge. It's not huge. And I don't know, I'm really, you've got the facilities, okay? So if you need a kitchenette, a fridge, microwave blender, then definitely, you know, this is a place that you want to stay in. I'm somebody that, well, like, because you don't get any stores. You would need to rent a car, go to, say, Whole Foods or a good store, buy all your groceries, and then you can eat here. Then that's fine. But if you don't have a car, going to a store is not going to be easy. You're not going to find any on the Strip. I mean, you have basic CVS and Walgreens, but not a real grocery store, so to speak. So there's that to consider. I tend to eat out, and of course I eat at buffets because I review buffets. Nonetheless, I mean, the size, the bathroom's big. I mean, it's nice, and I'm not keen on being far out and having to walk forever to get to the Strip. It's not me. I prefer something quick. I go out quickly, something like Mirage, as I told you before. Nonetheless, this is good for kids, or it's good if you want to be a little bit away from the casino, though if you have to go out to the Strip, you're going to get through the casino anyway. You're not going to be able to escape it. You may want to be, if you really want to avoid a casino, you may want to check into Vdara, for example, within the MGM group, because you don't actually have to go through a casino to get onto the Strip, but you have to walk outside, and it's not even that nice of a walk. And it's quite long, too. So, yeah, I'm going to sit down for a minute. This is it. It's not grand. It's nice, you know. It's nice. I mean, I think it's good if you are, you know, if, as I say, if you need a sitting area, which is lovely, really bright. I don't need sitting areas except for a nice desk, maybe, but it's nice, you know. And, you know, if you can pay extra, you can get an even larger suite. But as I said, I wanted to show you the level entry. And so what do you think, guys? Of course, it depends on the facilities as well. I mean, customer service, they were lovely. You check into a separate area. You know, you check into a separate area. It's not the MGM Grand check-in. It depends on which tower you're allocated. I was originally allocated Tower 3, but because I chose this floor, I was given Tower 2, and I believe I was told the gym is in Tower 1 and Tower 3. And I do have a 24-hour gym, which is lovely. That's really important for somebody like me. And it may be important for somebody like you because it gives you freedom to go to a gym whenever you want. And I'll show that to you. But of course, I want to show the pool's amenities. Okay, so I'll have to tell you about internet, and I'll have to tell you about the TV channels, and I'll have to tell you about sleep quality, the mattress, and overall atmosphere. And I'll do that as an addendum to this video. So for now, this is it, but stay tuned. Don't go anywhere because I got to tell you all the other things. Oh yes, I wanted to add, as soon as I entered, I noticed there's stale, the air is stale. A little smelly, as if the people before me cooked, and I could smell what they cooked. And obviously that's gonna be the case, isn't it? I don't know why they don't air things out. Let me see. At Mandalay Bay, there was something that you could do to air things, I don't know. I mean, it makes very little difference, but I'm gonna leave it open like that anyway. Really, because you've got kitchen facilities, they should allow us to air the suite out in some way or another. The air conditioning isn't enough, but that was the thing. I entered and I could smell cooking, which is kind of bothers me a little bit. I like rooms that smell like new or nothing, nothing. Okay, so another thing I wanted to show you, let's see what's in here first of all. Nothing. Is this. Here you've got another system. You press a little button if you don't want to be disturbed, and you press this button if you want housekeeping. It is actually the case with a lot of newer resorts. The older resorts, of course, don't have this facility, but the newest ones, they all have them. And, of course, Wynn. I have to tell you, because I have two large suitcases, I don't really know where to put them. So the second one is going to stand there. But there isn't that much space. Obviously, you've got the living room area here, the sitting room area, rather. So that takes a little bit of space. And for that reason, it's not a particularly large suite. I think a suite of Venetian is larger, isn't it? So, bear that in mind. The level entry suites are relatively small. Relatively small. The air conditioning works well, the fan works well, which is good. I have to say that because where was I? Was it Mandalay Bay? I couldn't change the fan to any other setting but low, which is a bit annoying. And I also wanted to show you just a little something that some of you may appreciate. Cute little container. You cannot take it home with, cotton buds and cotton, which is really nice, actually. Cute little gestures like that, and obviously typify a higher-end resort. Vanity mirror that works. That's nice too. I want to show you this in case you actually didn't read it. If you consume this 1 liter of purified water, it's not even spring water, you're gonna be charged $9 plus tax. $9! $9 plus tax. I mean, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5. $9, just a joke. That's just where, that's where people go to the gym and just fill up. Oh, Lord. I mean, from here, CVS and Walgreens are a bit of a walk away. So before you come to Signature, get your water, okay? Otherwise, you're going to have to go to the gym. I don't even know if they have water. Some MGM resorts, believe it or not, I couldn't get any water. It's incredible, but you're going to have to see some, not all. Mirage was very good with that, with water, for example. Very good. But where was I? I couldn't get any water. I can't remember. If you see one of my videos, you'll just work it out. You'll find out. Oh yeah, it was MGM Grand. They have some lukewarm water, not even cold water. And so to get cold water, I had to sneak in, or ask nicely, into the spa and get one of those little water bottles, or 2 or 3 from the fridge. But really, I didn't even have cold water. But nonetheless, at least they have some form of water. Wow. Well, water is important, especially if it's in the summer. Hi, so I wanted to tell you about the check-in experience, which was absolutely fine, smooth, nothing like waiting. For MGM Grand, for example, you just have to wait to be checked in. I waited quite a bit. But here they have a front desk specifically for Tower 3, and then another front desk for the other 2 towers. I had to wait no time at all. I arrived at Tower 3. There was nobody in front of me. I checked in a second. They took my bell desk ticket and they organized the luggage to be at my suite. I arrived, a second later bell desk arrived. It was so smooth. It was the smoothest check-in I have experienced in Vegas ever. So that is something to be considered. Admittedly, this is not the weekend. This is Sunday at 1 o'clock. So it is the weekend, but not weekend bookings. They are like weekday bookings because it's Sunday night, people leave. So maybe that's something to do with it, But it's a different class. So it's a different class. It's a better class. Now, as I say, personally, I'll spend the extra $20 and get an upgrade, but I wanted to show this level entry suite. Nonetheless, as I said, many of you will appreciate the smoothness of it all. It's so really well organized. Of course, when you actually now have to walk all the way to the Strip, it's going to be a different story. I have a walkthrough of MGM Grand, which shows you how to get to and from Signature. I include Signature, so check that out. Now, I just want to show you that, depending on which tower I had the impression that Tower 3, it was an impression, I might be wrong, was better kept. Now I wish I had just accepted that room, right? But this suite, you see, can you see, it's worn a bit. It's not in perfect condition, and it's a little dark, so I can't show you everything, but it is worn a bit. Here, can you see it here? Does it give you a good idea? Just scratched and not even particularly clean under here, to be honest. The carpet is old. And the furniture, it's a little worn too. But not overly that it's in desperate need for a makeover. But let's see if I have a shot that I don't have to show you my stuff. But so it is. So yes, you see my luggage is there. So it's a little worn in places. It's lovely. It's comfortable. It's comfortable. This sofa is very comfortable, very, very comfortable. But so as I said, don't expect impeccable upkeep of the place. Impeccable, it's gonna have to be worn out in places. I don't know if you see the handles. Can you see the handles there on the left? I'm gonna point. They're a little bit crooked. They're crooked. And then, as I told you, some hangers had been taken and not replaced. But yeah, that is if you're really fussy. But for a level entry suite that they threw at me because, as they underlined many, many times, it was an early check-in at no extra charge. And, because I didn't want to be on a lower floor, this is what they had available, and I took it. I was too tired. This is my last night here. So tomorrow I'm checking out and I'm flying away. So I'm a little tired. I don't want to fuss about changing rooms, but I think it's good that you saw it, so you know what to expect as level entry. Now, if you're lucky and you get into the newer tower, which I think is a newer tower, then you'll be even better surprised. But nonetheless, you'll be fine with this place. It's absolutely fine. As I said, get the upgrade for $20. At least for me, it was $20. It really depends on your play, on your status. You know what I'm saying? Some people will get it for free. People that are high up with their playing. You know, their card level is high. Okay, the mattress isn't the best. It really is not, doesn't feel like pillow top. And if it is, it's supposedly, but it really is old, because when I lie on it, I bounce and bounce and bounce. So it's, the mattress is a little worn. The mattress is a little worn. It doesn't feel plush. It doesn't feel soft. Just an old mattress, even if it's pillow top, you know, when they have been used a lot. So you get to the springs quickly, rather than, not that you feel them, but it's just, the only thing I can come up with is just an old mattress. It's just, you know, no plush feeling there at all, which is a bit of a bummer, because I really love my good, supportive, or super soft, or strong and hard but supportive mattresses. And in terms of TV, don't know if you can see the various, they have various languages that you can click. So I've clicked English, and they have more or less the same stations as everywhere else at MGM, at the MGM resorts, with a couple of exceptions. They have a couple more channels. Well, as I'm showing you the view, I just wanted to say that check-in was super easy, no lineups. They have 3 towers, and they have a separate check-in for Tower 3, which is where I was originally assigned. So no lineup whatsoever. It really was very, very smooth. And they take your ticket, your bell desk ticket, and they have it all organized. So by the time you get to your suite, a second later, bell desk arrives. You don't have to phone them, which is also nice. I mean, you may appreciate all of that. You really may appreciate all of that. So it's a little bit of a different experience, more of a higher end experience in terms of check-in. Hi, so I wanted to tell you about the check-in experience, which was absolutely fine, smooth, nothing like waiting. You know, for MGM Grand, for example, you just have to wait to be checked in. I waited quite a bit. But here they have a front desk specifically for Tower 3, and then another front desk for the other 2 towers. I had to wait no time at all. I arrived at Tower 3, there was nobody in front of me. I checked in a second. They took my bell desk ticket, and they organized the luggage to be at my suite. I arrived, a second later bell desk arrived. It was so smooth. It was the smoothest check-in I have experienced in Vegas ever. So that is something to be considered. Admittedly, this is not the weekend. This is Sunday at 1 o'clock. So it is the weekend, but not weekend bookings. They are like weekday bookings, because it's Sunday night, people leave. So maybe that's something to do with it, you know. But it's a different class. Okay, guys, see you on top-buffet.com.